guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade, the dynasty that has shaped this era of basketball, have made a move that nobody saw coming, and fans everywhere are buzzing with reactions. This isn't just your average roster adjustment or small front office tweak. This is a decision that could ripple across the entire season, shake up the locker room, and alter how the Warriors are viewed as contenders moving forward. The Warriors have long been one of the most strategic, calculated franchises in the NBA. Every decision they make gets dissected under a microscope because of the pressure of the Curry era. With Stephen Curry still performing at a superstar level, the front office knows they don't have the luxury of wasting time. They need to maximize every season, every roster spot, and every dollar they spend, which is why this particular decision has raised eyebrows across the league. On one hand, it shows a bold willingness to take risks. On the other hand, it leaves fans questioning whether this is truly the right path forward. From what's coming out of San Francisco, their Warriors' shocking choice stems from their growing urgency to reshape the roster and find the right balance between veterans and young talent. Insiders reveal that Golden State has decided to part ways with a player many thought was locked into the rotation, all while doubling down on building around a new mix of pieces. And the craziest part, this isn't just about money or contracts. This is about philosophy, about what kind of team the Warriors want to be in this next chapter. Think about the Warriors' identity for a moment. For years, they've thrived on spacing, shooting, small ball lineups, and the unique brilliance of Steve Curry and Draymond Green. But the league has evolved. Teams like the Nuggets, Timberwolves, and Lakers have forced Golden State to confront the fact that size, rebounding, and physicality can't be ignored anymore. This shocking decision seems to be their answer, their way of saying, we're not going to get left behind. We're changing things up and we're doing it now. When the news first broke, the immediate reaction was disbelief. Fans flooded social media. Some praising the move as bold and forward-thinking, others criticizing it as a mistake that could backfire in spectacular fashion. Analysts are already debating the ripple effects, how it impacts the rotation, the chemistry, and even their Warriors' ability to keep pace in a brutal Western Conference. Let's not forget this is a conference stacked with superstars and juggernaut teams. Every decision matters more than ever. The player at the center of this decision is someone who has been connected deeply to the Warriors' recent storylines. Whether it's a veteran like Kevin Looney, a steady presence in the middle, or a young name like Jonathan Kuminga, who has been rumored in trade talks, Golden State knows every choice has consequences. If the decision is to move on from someone fans love, it's going to sting. If it's about pushing forward with a youth-heavy direction, it could change the culture of the team entirely. Here's where it gets even more intriguing, the timing. This decision comes right before training camp, a period where teams finalize rotations and build the chemistry needed to start the season strong. By making this move now, the Warriors are sending a message. They're not waiting around. They're not going to ride the fence. They're committing to a direction, even if it means shocking the fan base and the basketball world. That kind of boldness tells us they're fully aware of the stake. Steve Curry isn't going to be this good forever, and they need to make sure every year counts. Let's talk about what this means for Curry himself. Every Warriors fan knows this franchise revolves around him, and every roster move has to be measured by one question. Does this help Steve win? Curry has carried their Warriors through ups and downs, injuries, trades, and roster shuffles. This latest decision might be the team's attempt to lighten his load, give him the right supporting cast, and put him in position for another deep playoff run. But if the decision backfires, it could also be seen as squandering one of the final prime years of his legendary career. Draymond Green is another piece of this puzzle. The shocking move also directly affects his role. If the Warriors are shifting their philosophy, whether by moving away from small ball or by prioritizing size and shooting differently, Draymond's responsibilities change. The front office knows this. They know Draymond thrives in specific systems, and they know any shake-up has to keep him engaged and effective. The decision isn't just about the roster. It's about keeping the emotional heartbeat of the team aligned. Now, let's not forget about Klay Thompson, who himself is entering a critical stretch of his career. The decision might impact him, too. If the Warriors are leaning younger, it could mean fewer minutes and touches for Klay. If they're chasing size and shooting balance, it might mean putting him in different lineups than we're used to. Fans who have watched the Splash Brothers dominate for years are understandably nervous about any decision that could alter that dynamic. And yet, the Warriors are saying, we're willing to take that risk. One fascinating element here is how this decision ties into the Warriors' long-term future. The front office has been walking a tightrope between keeping their veterans happy and developing their young talent. Kuminga, Moody, and the new wave of prospects represent the future, but Curry, Draymond, and Klay represent the past and present dynasty. By making this bold decision now, Golden State is essentially tipping their hand on which direction they want to lean into. And that's why the fan base is so split, because whatever side you fall on, it comes with massive consequences. Of course, we also need to think about the Western Conference landscape. The Nuggets are still the champs until someone takes them down. The Suns have loaded up on firepower. The Lakers are hungry with LeBron and AD healthy. The Kings are knocking on the door. The Timberwolves are big, athletic, and rising. The Clippers are still looming. Every one of those teams presents challenges that Golden State has to prepare for. And this decision is clearly aimed at making sure they don't get left behind in that arms race. Whether it's adding size, shifting lineups, or freeing up flexibility for a bigger trade down the road, their Warriors are putting their chips on the table. Warriors Nation, the floor is yours. What do you think of this shocking decision? Do you believe the front office is making the right call to keep this team in contention? Or do you think they're taking too big of a gamble with Curry's window closing fast? One thing's for sure, we're going to be talking about this all season long. So stay tuned, because this story is just beginning and the Golden State Warriors have once again made themselves the most fascinating team in basketball. And if you want to keep up with every twist, every rumor, and every breaking headline about this team, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment with your take, and subscribe to the channel. Because if this shocking decision tells us anything, it's that the Warriors are about to give us another unforgettable season. The dynasty isn't over, it's evolving, and we're all witnesses to the ride.